Alrighty, what do we got up next here? Here we go, talking about the Eagles, and once again, this article will not load, so not the greatest. But let's see, we'll talk about it. Here we go. Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson, quote, oh my God, and once again, folks, we're getting the word embarrassment. Here we go. Last year was an embarrassment for everybody involved. And yeah, it kind of was. The Eagles team definitely underperformed early on in the season. That's why they had to make the switch from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. Unfortunate for Carson Wentz, but it just needed to happen. But, you know, a lot of people were kind of hyping up this Eagles team last year, saying this Eagles team was going to be good and they were going to, you know, make it, at least win the division or be way more competitive than they were in the division, and then they end up being very not good. Very, very not good. I mean, Carson Wentz throwing league high 15 interceptions while not even playing the entire season. What is that? So once again, we can maybe buy this Eagles team a little bit more, not too much, just because I'm not 100% sold on Nick Sirianni. I'm not sold on all the weapons here. I don't have the Eagles depth chart brought up, which is truly unfortunate today because nothing is loading. Let me see if I can bring it up through this way. This Eagles offense is just nothing great. I am a big believer in Devontae Smith. I think he will hit the ground running rookie year. I think he will be the best rookie wide receiver this year. Just sheer great hands, and he wins right off the line, and that's really kind of what we've been seeing as kind of what is working as number one wide receivers. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the surefire hands, and it's Devontae Adams getting right off the line of scrimmage. It's Stephon Diggs winning the matchup battle right on the line of scrimmage at that first step, as soon as the ball is hiked, his first two steps, he's already wide open. So I think Devontae Smith can do that 100%, both. He's got the hands and he's got the win ability right off the line of scrimmage. That's what's winning in this league. So I'm going to take him to be the best wide receiver in this draft class, at least year one, and probably for their entire career. Jamar Chase, unfortunately, skipped out on the 2020 season. We haven't seen him in a year. That's our only knock on him. And that's probably the best knock you can have because, you know, that 2019 season was absolutely magnificent. Fast as heck, great as heck, always open. We can get behind it, but we have to see what you do. You haven't played for us in a year. It's unfortunate. So we can't get too big on this Eagles team, but once again, if this is kind of what they're talking about in the locker room, folks, I mean, this is not just one player saying this. This is kind of a locker room thing, and Lane Johnson has been, you know, a member of the Eagles, I want to say, for his entire career. So, you know, he's this kind of vocal veteran leader, and if he's calling it an embarrassment, that's going to get reiterated in the locker room, folks. And once again, nobody wants to be embarrassed. Nobody wants to be embarrassing. You want to be embarrassed? You want to be classified as embarrassing? You want to go out there, you know, to 50,000 fans live, and then, you know, millions of people watching live? And be embarrassing? No, that's going to make people better overall. It's just unfortunate that the Eagles don't have the talent, the overall overwhelming talent. I mean, I would probably say this is maybe one of the shallowest offensive rosters there is in the league. I mean, we're talking about the Browns that have, you know, A1 tier 1 pieces everywhere all over the field. There's not that many teams that do. The Cardinals have a lot of great offensive pieces. The Browns, the Chiefs, they don't have that depth. They have great players. They got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is kind of a tier 2 running back that can emerge as a tier 1, but they've got great weapons, but they're not that deep. They're not as deep as the Browns. They're not as deep as the Cardinals. They're not as deep as the mother-loving Cowboys, folks. We know how deep they are at the wide receiver position. So yeah, I mean, this Eagles team is not even close to that. I mean, you got Devontae Smith, you got Miles Sanders. Once again, all right. I kind of buy into him more than the media does. But overall, I mean, we've got nothing great here. No depth, nothing great. I honestly don't even know who they're freaking oh my goodness, is everything coming back online now? Is everything coming back online? I guess I could have done this. This would have been the smarter option. I'll just use my phone. I will take the Wi-Fi off. And now I'm using the data, folks. I guess we should have done this right from the start. About 20 minutes too late out here. Unfortunate. But let's bring up this Eagles depth chart real quick and see what they're working with, because I honestly don't even know who their wide receiver 2 is. Is it Jalen Reagor? Once again, solid, but, rookie last year. He should still be solid this year, but we're going to work with a rookie wide receiver in Devontae Smith and a year 2 wide receiver. So here we go. This is their depth here. Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward. I mean, once again, this is not the depth that they need. Tight end, they got a good one in Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz, but we kind of know Zach Ertz may not be here next year or this year, so we'll see. So they just don't have that great depth that we need. But now we can go into the article here because I do have it up on my phone. Jeez, literally 20 minutes too late on this one. How unfortunate. This is why I need a producer in studio, folks, to have these good ideas. All right, but here we go. Let's see what this article is saying here. All right, here we go. After 4-win season in 2020 led to a Philadelphia Eagles reboot with the ouster of Super Bowl winning head coach Doug Peterson and importing Nick Sirianni. After 3 straight playoff appearances, including in Lombardi hoisting 2017 run, the poor campaign left a bad taste in the mouths of many of the veterans left on the squad. Right tackle Lane Johnson joined NFL Network's Good Morning Football and said the groundwork has been laid for a turnaround after last year's embarrassment. That's great. That's what you need. You have to have the foundation, folks. You must have the foundation before you start building, because if you don't, it's all just going to come crashing down. So if they have the infrastructure, the groundwork already set, that's going to be great for Nick Sirianni just to kind of come in and start building on top of that foundation that Doug Peterson has laid for them. No, give this man his dues, folks. All right, here we go. Quote, Really looking at our team right now, we had great OTAs. We're moving forward, learning the playbook. I feel like Coach Sirianni is just taking great command of the team. That's great to hear, folks. We have heard really nothing positive on Nick Sirianni. The last thing we heard of the man was the rock, paper, scissors issue, where he was just basing competitive edge on rock, paper, scissors. I get the understanding behind it, but rock, paper, scissors, have them play Monopoly. You want to see competition? Have them play Monopoly, folks. He's just choosing the wrong game. Rock, paper, scissors, it's a little random. I do have a strategy when it comes to it, but, I won't reveal that because I'm not going to give away my secrets. I call out a random one, get it in your head, and, I'll go from there. Whether I actually do it or I have the opposite of what beats it. If I say, hey, I'm going paper, I throw scissors maybe I even throw rock. Maybe I do throw paper, but I'm all in the head, folks, and you got to switch it up every single time. That's what you got to do. Just get into the heads of your opponents, folks. I mean, most competition is just mental. If you can win the mental battle, you win. You've got the end, folks. So if you want to use that little nugget, go ahead. Just credit me. No big deal. Credit me when you win the rock, paper, scissors championships, all right? All right, back to the quote here. I feel like Sirianni's just taking great command of the team, holding everybody accountable. I know camp starts here in a few weeks, July 27th. We also knew that. And everybody's looking forward to that. But a lot of the veteran leadership, a lot of young, hungry guys ready to prove themselves, and that's where we're at. Last year was an embarrassment for everybody involved, and looking forward, we're ready to change that. So that's great to hear, folks. This is a great quote here. We can definitely start buying this Eagles team even more than we were initially planning on. This is great. I mean, everything. He covered all the bases right here. Nick Sirianni's getting involved and looking real great. Everybody was embarrassed last year. We've got young, hungry, motivated guys to turn it around, and we're ready to rock this year. Love it. There were some questions about Sirianni after the shaky introductory press conference. I mean, geez Louise, are we just writing the articles for themselves, folks, for them? I mean, NFL.com just must be watching our show and writing down everything we say. Jeez. Back to the article. There are some questions about Sirianni after shaky introductory press conference. The 40-year-old spent the past 3 seasons under Frank Reich in Indianapolis, and that's another kind of positive for Nick Sirianni. We are kind of decently big on, Frank Reich, the head coach for the Colts. Not big. I'm not going to put him in top 10 coaches in the league, but he's a solid coach. He is a winnable coach in this league that we can get behind. He's not, Dan Campbell. He's not Urban Meyer, who's running circuses on their camps, on their teams just to make the money. He's about winning, folks, and he kind of does it decently when he has solid teams around him, solid playmakers around him, so we can get behind him. which, in turn, we can decently get behind Nick Sirianni a little bit. You're learning under Frank Reich. Let's see what you learn and let's see what you take. All right, the 40-year-old spent the past 3 seasons under Frank Reich in Indianapolis. It's that relationship with the former Eagles offensive coordinator that gives the veterans confidence heading into the season. Quote, I think we gained a lot of trust just from having him from Frank Reich, who was the head in Indianapolis, and having him come from there, knowing he was a great dude. First thing he came in and did was he took great command of the team. You got to take that command and take that leadership, folks. I mean, you hear about, love at first sight. It's kind of, command at first sight. You've got 2 seconds to win me over. Do I buy it, or do I think you're putting on a show, a charade, if you will? Nick Sirianni says, hey, Lane Johnson says, hey, Nick Sirianni won us over. He's got full command. It's not Dan Campbell showing up with a helmet on. I'm not respecting that. We just heard the first thing that he told this team was, I'm not going to wipe your butt for you. You're going to wipe your own butt. I'm not going to carry your toilet paper. You're going to buy into that, folks? That's your first impression? Talking about wiping our butts? Okay. You lost me from there. I'll never kind of give you the utmost respect. I'll respect you because I kind of have to, but I'm not going to buy in. I'm not going to sacrifice for this team now. Nick Sirianni wins the team right off the rip. So another reason why I'm about ready to have this Eagles team be the NFC East champions, folks. Honestly, Lane Johnson, y'all better thank Lane Johnson for winning us over, folks, because everything he is saying is everything that we need to be hearing right now. This is fantastic. I am so glad we were able to look up this article still. Jeez Louise. All right, let's continue on because it still goes, folks. I'm at 100% buying into this Eagles team now. Can we make it 150%? Let's keep going. Back to the quote here. First thing he came in and did was he took great command of the team. I think he created a lot of energy. Every day's fun. Oh my God, I love it. During practice, there's always some type of competition period. Once again, everybody just playing rock, paper, scissors for the entire time. Sometimes even the coaches get out there and compete too. So that's what I like about it. Going into the building, man, it's been really cool. But right now we're learning a new offense. We're trying to get that grip, and that's really where we're at. But so far he's taking great command of the team, and he commands a lot of respect. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, I absolutely love it. You have to have a little fun, folks. I hate this kind of, Bill Belichick. I know it won and I know it works, so I have to give it a little credit. But Bill Belichick, always no nonsense and always right down to business. There's former Patriots players coming out saying, hey, I never had fun. This was not fun. I never had a fun day at Patriots camp. And that had all the talking heads, saying, football isn't supposed to be fun, and football is supposed to be fun, and this and that. You have, polar opposites, but you do have to have a little bit of a mix, folks. That's why we don't like Dan Campbell 100%, because we like his kind of his ability to generate energy and excitement and momentum. We do believe that's something you need on your team, but we also don't need all the clown acts. So it's a fine line between too much fun and losing respect, and so far it seems like Nick Sirianni is walking that line absolutely perfectly, folks. So you do need a little bit of fun. Yeah, I mean, once again, you're having these guys run into each other constantly over and over and over and over again, risking their body, risking their brains, folks, just for a couple of bucks, a lot of bucks, but you do need to walk that fine line, and having that competitive edge, having that some sort of competition period, getting the coaches involved, not just kind of nose to the grindstone, no fun, no laughing, don't even smile around here. It's all business 24/7. We understand that side, but you also have to have the fun, competitive edge, the competitive nature, just a lighthearted environment in a kind of brutal, demanding, grueling game. So I think we're big on this Eagles team. We're back on this Eagles team, baby. Back. Going into this, we kind of had the Eagles ranked 4th last year in the NFC East. But man, this division's great, folks. It's good. I don't know if we go great, but overall, all the storylines of all the coaches, I mean, there's some great stuff here in the NFC East. Going into this, we had it ranked at Giants 1, Cowboys 2, Washington 3, Eagles 4, and I may just have to put Washington at 4 just because of their overall talent. I don't want to disrespect Ron Rivera like this. Maybe we move down Dallas to 4 just because of their head coach. Out of head coaches, I put Dallas last. I can't get beyond their coaching staff, but they've got great talent on the offensive side of the ball, folks. Deep talent, fantastic talent. Either way, folks, however we slice it, we're buying into this Eagles team even more now.